G'day, welcome to Where's Wally Camping. Today we're in the backyard, so we're going to look at some of the stuff that I've got. This time we're going to look at the Kings Gazebo. I lost my Australia gazebo in a big storm. So instead of spending $200 and something, we just went and spent $99 and got a Kings Gazebo. It's got its down and upsides. The guy ropes have got no little attachments for adjusting. It's just a very thin piece of string, all four sides. So what I've done is replaced it with the Australia Gazebo guy ropes. If you look up the roof, you can see all little pinholes right along the seams. So I don't think it's going to be too waterproof. You get what you pay for. Not real impressed. I had to screw up quite a few of the screws because they were very loose. And yeah, so I'm not real impressed with it. The roof seems to be thick enough material, but it does have a lot of pinholes in that. So anyway, I'll get back to it right in a second. Now we're going to put up the King's stretcher, and this has got a few reviews as well. That about 3 reviews, the stretcher has actually collapsed on them. But I've slept in it 3 nights running. It hasn't collapsed. The only thing I don't like too much about it is it's a little bit taller than some of the other stretchers. And of course, now that we're filming, it's going to want to be difficult. Right, I'm not going to knock King stuff all the time, because this gazebo is probably fine, you know, for people that go camping 2-3 times a year, things like that, and in good weather, it will do the job. I wouldn't trust it in much wind, and to my best knowledge, it's not, the water will pool on it in the rain. It's been a while since I put this up. We'll give it a whirl tonight to see if it doesn't collapse and see if I'm still alive in the morning. Fairly simple to put up as go as far as stretchers are. There are easy fold stretchers that are a little bit easier than this. I'll just bring it down this way a little bit. Alright, so just make sure your center's all stretched out. It's got the little bars with the holes in the side, which go under the end of the stretcher, but you've got to thread it through first, of course. And the same at the other end. Yeah, Kings is good and cheap. It's if you're only going a few times a year, and if you or are just starting out with camping and want to try some stuff that doesn't break your budget, Kings is the way to go. This last one should be a bit harder because they get the tautness of it. Almost. Alright. Just making sure your legs are out. It shouldn't collapse on you. As I said, I've stayed on it 3 nights. I'm not the lightest of people. And for that 3 nights, it did the job. Now I'm too far this way. That wasn't me farting. Right, it's pretty stable. Now here's one thing I can recommend highly. It's the 23-0 swags. Very nice bags. The bag's made out of the same material as the swag itself. So it'll be pretty waterproof. Nice wide opening as well. This is the 23-0 dual 900. And the stretch is about 900 as well. Once again, if you're only going once or twice a year or something like that, on the stretcher, the King's swag would probably do. But the single deluxe King's swag has only got a 50mm mattress. It's not, even though it says it's high density, it's not that high density, and it's not very comfortable on the ground. But if you got one of these stretchers to go with it, as long as it doesn't collapse like some of the reviews say, you should be very comfortable. I'm not too worried about the reviews. I only found 3 out of many reviews on the site that said it theirs collapsed. So yeah, as I said, if you just going camping every now and again, you could probably get away with one of them on this stretcher. Oh. First of all, get your end poles out. These 23-0 poles, I've got that bend in them. stops the side sagging a bit. Not so much of an issue in a 900 swag, but start getting bigger than that. Unless you get the 3-pole flags, you're going to end up with a bit of sag in the middle. So try and centre that as good as you can. Put it in one side, down the bottom there. Centre this, less risk of breaking poles. And get your other side in. Eventually. Camera press, I see. Make sure they're fully in. Grab the end. When you're doing it up, do it up alternatively, these clips, opposite sides. It's also a lot safer to do this as far as breaking poles are concerned. You do it exactly the opposite on the way down. Do it from the top down. There we go, up the other end. Make sure they're fully together. Through the sleeve. One side in. Make sure it's fully in. The centre of the sleeve into the centre of the poles. And get the other side in. And again, bottom clips up. Make sure that's in the centre. Each side. Roughly make sure that's in the centre. Try and centre this as good as I can on the stretcher. Then you've got the centre poles. Most of these dual pole bags are the same thing. Same process of putting it up. Through the end pole. And poking through there good. Through the other end. Make sure they're through the eyelets both ends. Right, stretch out your centre pole. And put your clips on. And that's my 23-0 swag. Oh, hang on. That's my wife's 23-0 swag. I have to put up with second best, which is Darcy, even though Darcy is dearer. All right, well, that's about it for this video. Kings is all right. But if you want better stuff, you're going camping more than a few times a year, I will get better. Also, BCF Wanderer has a gazebo that is the same price as this, so it might be worth checking out to see if it's got better string, better guy ropes, and maybe a little bit better built. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.